It's been a while since I last cried. I drown at the thoughts of suicide with chemicals and lots of pills. I guess it's still cheaper than a hospital bill. But now I feel so numb and empty. I wouldn't care if the world was empty. I have goals and Pacific Coast dreams. I also have low self-esteem. Socrates, the Apostles' Creed, and everything else that I've ever believed. Is it all a sham? Is it all a lie? I admit I'm afraid to die alone, alone. I don't want to die alone, alone, alone. I don't want to die on my own. I just want to tour around the world and matter the most to just one girl, but I don't think that I ever will. Everything moves fast when I stand still. Now I am so numb and empty. I wouldn't care if the world was empty. I've got problems with no remedies. I've also got self-destructive tendencies. I'm a fucking loser and I don't talk to girls, as I've never had a teenage romance unfurl. I listen to the Beach Boys in the darkness of my room, and I make my own music in the hopes of getting you with me, with me, in holy matrimony, with me, with me. I am so lonely.
I feel like I need a different setup. Okay. Like it needs a color change. Do I do a new profile just like a kick profile on openers? Something more green so it fits in. How we doing, guys? Fucking hell.
I'm hoping that I'll be somebody one day, not just a lost cause halfway house. I want a big green lawn that goes on, and a family that loves me, yeah, that would be so sweet. Lemonade in the shade, and cold brew iced tea, yeah, I can picture it now. I'm gonna make it somehow, I'm gonna make it somehow. I wasted too much time trying to be myself, trying to be like everybody else, cause I thought what I wanted was be wanted by the wrong crap. That part of town going nowhere, hellbound. I'm chained to the same lane, brain wanna be daydream. Just a loser with a bad scheme, yeah, but that's all in the past now. I'm going fast now, going fast now. I've been knocked down, kicked around, losing my footing all over town. Fell flat on my face right into the ground. I've been lost all my life, but I finally found out of the storm and into the clouds. I'm homeward bound, I was lost and found.
Yeah, you VIP people here? Oh, thanks. They really did just rip off Twitch, didn't they? Oh, fuck.
I'm hoping that I'll be somebody one day, not just a lost cause nowhere town. I want a great big house with a loving spouse, and kids that really love me, yeah, that would be so sweet. Lemonade in the shade, and cold brew iced tea, yeah, I can picture it now. I'm gonna make it somehow, I'm gonna make it somehow. I've been knocked down, kicked around,
Hey, we have gifted subs. Thank you so much. We have subs now. Did we turn subs on? Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay, listen, we're coming up to Halloween, and I should be back on YouTube for the Halloween stream. Like, it's very exciting. I've missed just going live on YT, but I am determined. If this situation has taught me nothing else, to like grow some other platforms, just plant some seeds in various places. God, that sounds fucking disgusting, but. So you can probably expect to see like a Rumble channel. Like we're gonna put a load of videos on Patreon. I might actually start doing something with the Patreon. I'll be over here doing stuff. So like whatever happens, I think I'll dedicate myself to at least a couple of kick streams a month, just fucking around. Which is what we're here for today. Dude, how are you? Tired, man. Tired. I was actually meant to be on holiday today. And I am too busy to actually go on holiday. But I'm literally gonna do this stream and then get back to doing some fucking project work. I hate everything. But yes, we will do a Halloween stream. I don't know how we'll talk about the Halloween contest. There's been some really fucking amazing art entries, which is pretty exciting. Now, okay, by the way, for Blah81, thank you so much for the gifted sub. That is fucking awesome. I have no idea how subs work over here. It's been a long time since I streamed on Twitch. I'm assuming it's mostly the same. But you can sub. I don't know if subbing brings you any benefits. I have literally no fucking idea. I think we just turned it on yesterday. So I've got no fucking clue. But yeah, listen, what we will do is I will have a... How do I set up goals? How do I set goals? Set sub goal. Set your subscriber goal number. 10. There we go. Track goal growth. I don't know how any of this fucking works. Customize your progress bar. Oh, I can put emotes on it. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, cool. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. We'll do that. Right. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but I will give stickers for things. I don't fucking. It's a way for me to reward you. Like we've done. We're getting there. We're getting ever closer to like a platform that actually works and makes sense. Oh my fucking god. I see the Zoomer called you a twink. W Zoomer. No one called me a twink. Did someone call me a twink? Oh, Akumi called me a twink. Yes. I was like, wait, are we talking about Queeman? Queeman's a Zoomer twink. Right, okay. So, what are we talking about today? Basically, I've been seeing a load of clips about this Tactikal Templar guy. And he's been fighting with, like, Queeman and Aiden and a load of the others. He's like, for those of you who are familiar with the quartering, for those of you who aren't familiar with the quartering, I deeply envy you. Where the fuck have you been and how the fuck do I go there? But, like, basically, imagine, like, a proto-skeptic community. He's like a fucking time capsule. He, like, talks about SJWs and shit. It's the most bizarre thing. I'm like, it feels like a little fucking holdover from the mid-2010s. It's really fucking weird. I was watching some of his content, and I was like, shit, this feels like exactly like 2010s content. So I don't know whether at first I was like, this must be a bit. Surely this is a fucking bit. And then I'm like, no, this seems genuine. This seems real. Holy fuck. I couldn't believe it. Oh, dude. Casino is talking about Germans making bad steak at the Mo. Based, dude. Gotta love the casino. I mean, you are a twink, Beckett. Hurtful, hurtful. My opinions on you being a twink is the only one that matters as the resident twink. That is also true, Rotting. That's fair. That's fair. Dude. I don't know how Queenman finds some of these fucking people. I really don't. Okay. So, let's talk about Templar. So Templar's fighting with Queeman and Aid and everything else, and I saw this tweet, and I think it just threw me over a bit of an edge, where I was just like, for those who don't know, he's talking about this homosexual twink retard Brit on the left that I ended the career of last night on stream, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, actually, like, firstly, just call him a fag. I don't. That's a lot of words to use to not just call somebody a slur. I'd just be like, dude, make your life easier. I give you the pass. use it whenever you want. Like, please. You can't be a self-respecting right-wing fucking grifter and refuse to like call people faggot. I don't get what you're doing. I don't understand. It feels like it's like you could make this tweet could have been an email. Oh, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. Elon owns Twitter. He's not going to get nuked. Of course he's not going to get nuked. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what happened to the right wingers. I'm watching Nux Taku on this whole right wing grift at the moment, and it's really bizarre. It's really fucking bizarre that like you're watching people from all over the internet as Trump rises up. I predicted this, by the way. Like as we like swing back into full Trump derangement, it works on both sides. Trump derangement works on both sides. It's like you get the like leftist crazy people who are like Trump's going to destroy everything. We might actually talk about Sean DeBlack a little bit, because Sean DeBlack put out what I can only describe as one of the most fucking insane videos I've ever seen. Like, it was crazy. He was like, the real problem with streamers is the same problem with Hollywood. You need to talk about Palestine. If you're making a Hollywood film and you're not talking about Palestine, audiences just aren't going to be interested. Just the most delusional shit I've ever fucking heard in my life. But then you've got it on the other side with people like this tactical guy who just seemed to have like gone, yeah, Trump's in power now, so this is the content I'm gonna make. What the fuck? Dude, thank you so much for like, who the fuck? I didn't even tell me. Pinker subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Pinker. Base, let's go. Great, cool. You can have a sticker. Where's my stickers? It's been so long. Please have a sticker. I need to talk to Rotting. I need kick specific stickers. They need to be slightly edgier for kick. I don't know what that fucking means. Rotting, go maybe. Oh fucking hell. Anyway, thank you guys. I'll reset the goal. We'll do another goal. I don't know how they work. Can I increase this? Set your subscriber number goal. Does that work? Okay, I think that works. There we go. We'll go 10. There we go. There we go. This is so stupid. Anyway, so basically he tweeted that out. I was like, isn't it a shame? Because, like, again, I think the main thing here is, like, it's always the same. The important bit is the left-wing bit. The left-wing bit. How dare someone be left-wing? Like, I remember the days of Milo. You had this, like, incredibly flamboyant gay guy talking about Trump being his daddy and how he was gonna, like fuck people's brothers and stuff. And everyone was like, yeah, Milo's amazing. Like, it really is just, just comes down to political alignment. It's very gay. Why did they animate you with thick extra C thighs? I don't know. Becca, I have come to your island from the YouTube mainland. Hey, Metal Man, how you doing? Welcome in. Don't worry. welcome into the fucking Badlands. Milo was literally defending a pedophile on the fucking Drunken Peasants podcast. Like, the amount of shit that, like, again, if you're in the right tribe, it's just fucking terrible. All the fucking Israel stuff going. But if you're in the right tribe, they'll forgive everything. They don't fucking care. But some of these clips are fucking bizarre. So here's one, like, apparently Aiden's trolling him. I don't understand this.
Aiden projects known Jewish national. Aiden projects known Jewish nationalist wants you. Aiden projects. I don't even know what that is, but thank you for the donation, brother.
It's like literally watching this guy's brain break. It's fucking bizarre. Like every clip I see of him, like, oh, dude. It's just I don't know if he realized that he just like sort of kicked a beehive of like the most autistic people on the internet who are just like randomly clipping him now. It's fucking great. So so he went to look at Queeman's profile.
But if you're fucking like where are you from? It says you're in Oregon. It says you're in Oregon. It says literally driving, but I'm in Oregon. Really?
But it's like, you guys know Smaggle Dagger, right? You know Smaggle? It's like somebody like dressed Smaggle up in a right-wing grifter suit. It's fucking bizarre. Oh, where's the other one? Was that all of them? I think that might have been all of them. It might be all my tweet clips for the moment. There was another one actually Chud Logic posted. Hold on, let me go and find let me go and find the one fucking Chud put out. Where's Chud's Twitter? It's a rational Chud, there we go. I can't for the life of me remember what the fuck Chud's Twitter is half the time. So he put this out. Oh, was it from Nicandros? Am I stealing valor from Nicandros? Sorry, buddy.
Today we're going to be talking about big anime titties and thick with an extra C thighs, because you see, SJWs are the most hypocritical, the most immoral, and the most dishonest people in the world. And I think this topic in particular reveals what terrible people they truly are.
Fucking unreal! Nicandros, if you are still watching, please send me wherever that clip came from. Please send me the fucking clip. What the fuck, bro? Please. Where the fuck did that even come from? But like, it does seem to be a thing. So I'm having a look at his channel. He's live now. So he streams on like 3 different platforms that I can tell. Just that such thick thighs on his channel. Fuck me. He streams in 3 places. So like this 40 viewer thing isn't entirely representative. I think he's live to just over 100 people on Twitter at the moment, and he's live to 40 here and about 5 people on Kirk. So, because I wanted to get a feel for like who Queeman's fighting with, and I'm just like, dude, I don't understand. Like, what's his most popular thing? 31K? When was this? Dude, wait, what? How long has this guy been around? Whoa, he is a fucking time capsule. This dude is a time capsule. Ah, I see. So he's right from the back. Wow, we're not looking. I thought we were looking at baby quartering. We're not looking at baby quartering. We're looking at one of the remnants. Oh, it's been ages since I found a remnant I didn't know about. That's fucking wild. K-Huck, thank you very much for subscribing. Much appreciated. I don't know how to feel about subscribers yet. I'm sure I'll be like excited. Can you give like bits or something? Does that work? I've got no idea how this fucking works. Do I need to be a partner for that or whatever it is? To be fair, he was stuck in 2015. He would be afraid of iDubbbz. Oh my fucking god. Bro. How big anime titties and thick thighs save lives. What the fuck is this shit? Oh, and it's all like, okay. Listen, I had a couple of clips that I wanted to show before we do other things. So I was flicking through his stream from yesterday because he was like, I destroyed Queeman. I destroyed this Queeman guy. This Queeman guy's career is over. I'm just like, okay. Let's see what happened. And one of the first things I came across just flicking through was this.
Really, really, really insufferable. Oh my gosh. What else happened? Oh, apparently I have been followed by Leaflet. Leaflet now follows me on X. So that was an update today. We haven't really talked about that. So Leaflet is now a follower. Yep. That's right. So that was pretty cool. Pretty neat.
I just what I've got no idea who Leaflet is. I don't understand why this is newsworthy to your fucking base. Yeah, guys, listen. The anime girl followed me. What the fuck? It's Oshi followed him. Oh my god. Isn't Leaflet a trans VTuber? Wait, what? Oh, it's fucking amazing.
I know a lot of people from my audience like Leaflet, and now they are part of the Brotherhood. I should host her today. Host her. And we, Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people like her, but yeah, we're now following each other. Yep.
Is this real? Is this a bit? Is this dude just a really good troll? He's actually just like a fucking like he sat there in like an Antifa t-shirt being like, yeah, I can't wait to destroy the West. This will show their retards. Those right-wing retards. I'll psyop them. There's just no way this shit's real. Surely. Okay, but question. Why do they all have the weird obsession with knights? Armored Skeptic from the olden times, this guy, Shadowversity, it's pattern. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I genuinely don't know what it is. I think it's because, like, it's this whole, like, Christian purity warrior vibe thing. I don't really get it. I don't get it. I don't know. Look, look, the avatar's nice, but that's a lot of musculature. He looks like a fucking WoW character. Oh, dude. Wait, there's loads of them? He's got a video defending Dr. Disrespect. Okay, hold on. We need to dig deeper. Let's see the end of this.
So that's a bit of an update. Let's see.
Okay, so there was that one, and then we come to he starts going on about gaming news, and this is where I think he talks about Queeman. Again, I put about 5 minutes of research into this. Okay, it's not my most thorough work.
Finally, you fucking freaks are losing, and that's why you're mad. Because you're wrong about everything. You're disgusting. Your ideology is a fucking joke. Nobody respects you. You live in a delusional world where you can't even define what a fucking woman is.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what it is with the fucking brainworms that dude, what is the internet where I can click onto a stream where some dude is screaming about like the end of the left in front of a fucking picture of Master Chief holding the trans rainbow flag, screaming about how their ideology is going to die. Like, what are we doing here? I'm assuming this is to do with the whole kind of weird GameStop thing. And there's like I've seen a load of AI images of Trump shaking hands with like Master Chief or some shit. I don't know, man. Like, Gamergate is dead, okay? It died a long time ago. We sort of won and we sort of lost, okay? It's we actually lost to corporatism. We didn't even see it coming. It's $200 for a fucking controller. We lost, okay? I don't know what to tell you, okay?
You can't define what a woman is. What is a woman? Oh, man, that's an existential crisis, eh? Yeah? Well, a woman is somebody who feels like that.
What the fuck is this? Why would you heart this comment? What is this? American age of consent is weird. It is made to set up men to failure with intent. Why would you... What? Okay. Payment process is one true. Holy shit, the visa stuff. Unfucking real, bro. What is this fucking comment? Bro. Did your finger slip? What the fuck? Like, were you scrolling through and you were trying to downvote it? What do you mean? Dude. Oh, fucking hell.
A woman, yeah? A woman is an adult human female. Thank God we're going back to that metric, and all of these woke, low IQ, pathetic, putrid beta male freaks are going to be sent to the fucking Shadow Realm or one of the work camp colony prisons. Get them the fuck out of my country. These people are no longer fit for purpose, and they're too stupid. They're too stupid to even be allowed into the culture, into the arena of ideas. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What if Gavin Newsom did it, eh? I mean, this guy goes...
Look, again, alright. I like finding people like this, because one of the constant accusations that gets thrown at me is that I'm way too mean to the left. Like, I'm just way too mean to everyone on the left. I'm a right winger in disguise, and sometimes it's just nice to find a dude like this, which is just unapologetically retarded. It's absolutely fucking fine. Like, this is fire. It's great. How have I not seen this guy before? Also, I'm mesmerized by the entire situation. It's like a weird parody. I really do feel like I'm being trolled. Like, I'll secretly find out that this is like Anita Sarkeesian with a voice changer.
Oh man, this guy, Kuima, crucified.
Queenman also has a segment explaining it all, which is fascinating. Can you link that to me? We might have a little watch of it. We'll let Queenman do a fucking history lesson.
Audibly obese mutter.
Yeah, no one calls them SJWs anymore, except for those of us who were like really stuck in the past. Like just like the woke scolds, like woke people. Like SJW hasn't really been a phrase anyone's used for like what? At least like almost a decade now. Right? Maybe not. Maybe like 2018.
This guy's a limey twink. This guy's a limey fucking twink, and all of these freaks are so divorced from reality and so fucking pathetic. It is embarrassing. It is fucking embarrassing.
Newsom was saying, say like Gavin Newsom. Let's say Gavin Newsom posted an AI edit of this, and he's like skewering Trump.
If he's skewering Trump, well, you see, that would put it in a whole different category, wouldn't it, you fucking retard? You low IQ, mongoloid, inbred piece of shit, you limey, toothless freak. That would change the whole thing, right? Because in none of the pictures that were shown is Trump skewering Newsom or AOC. In none of those pictures is it Trump in halo armor holding up the head of Nancy Pelosi, is it? But you... Well, because your instinct, because you're on the left, you're part of this cult of fucking perverts and degenerates and fucking toothless aggression retards, you just immediately go to violence. But that's not what the Trump memes were about. The Trump memes were not about Trump skewering people. and killing Democrats. No. And that
I'm gonna be honest. This fucking meme argument shit is the gayest. It's so fucking gay. Like, it seems to crop up all the fucking time. Like, again, there was definitely elements, especially back in, like he's talking about the holding up head thing. That was this female comedian who did this, like, I think it was like a photo shoot or something, where she was, like, holding up like, Trump's head. And it was obviously, like, a fucking crazy thing to do from the side that constantly preaches about, like, how violent everyone else is. Kathy Griffin, there we go. And I said this at the time. God, that's depressing. That was fucking years ago. Like, there was, like, a genuine thing on the left where it's just, like, rules for thee and not for me. And it was infuriating for years. But one of the key points of that was jokes are jokes. This is like the Dick Masterson principle. Jokes, people should be allowed to joke about things. You should be able to troll people on the internet and laugh at shit. Look how fucking I hate this woke right shit. I don't know who started saying things were woke right, but they are absolutely fucking correct. Like, the absolute moral fagging about this stuff is just infuriating. Do people remember when the Nancy Pelosi stuff happened with her husband and the hammer? Like, this guy broke into Pelosi's house and, like, attacked her husband. And, like, it was like, people on the right were like, well, you should be able to joke about that. It should be like fair game, you know. You should be able to joke about George Floyd. And it's like, yeah, you should be able to joke about that's part of free speech. And now, as the pendulum is swift, it's suddenly, oh well, you know, some things are distasteful. Some things are a little, you know, we should in a polite society. It's only really the left that are really. Go, come on, This is why people end up believing the fucking horseshoe theory meme. It's actually just infuriating. Donald Trump Jr. tweeted the underwear and hammer thing. Wait, really? I always feel like there's a tweet from Masterson during, like, after somebody tried to assassinate Trump. Like, Libs of TikTok and a load of other people did this whole thing where they were like, we need to dox people and they were like going after like little old ladies working at fucking like hardware stores and shit, trying to get them to lose their jobs. And I remember, like, people were tweeting at Dick Masterson, like, Dick, you need to get on side with us. It's, you know, they've always tried to cancel us. We need to fight back. He was like, I'm not on anyone's side, you fucking retards. I'm a troll on the internet. There's no tribe here. I annoy people on the internet. That's the side. I would dude. I massively regret ever defending any of these retards. Because, like, again, I've defended, like, people who I vehemently disagree with against things like deplatforming over the years. Because, A, I think deplatforming doesn't fucking work. And essentially, you're only creating martyrs. But B, more importantly, like, unless somebody is actively, like, in the process of building up a cult of some kind to actually march on, like, I don't know, hypothetically, a Capitol building of some kind. I don't think, I think that, like, free speech is, like, a principle, especially on the internet, that you should defend, especially when the people making those decisions aren't necessarily, like, even political people. They're, you know, corporate interests. Look at the shit with Visa at the moment, trying to get stuff taken off Steam. It's absolutely fucking absurd. So, like, I see people like this who are, like, all fucking moral outrage over dark humor when it's convenient to them. And they're exactly the same people. They're the exact same people who wanted people fired if you made a joke about George Floyd, if you made a joke about Pelosi. If you were like anti-abortion, you should get, like, these are the same fucking people. They've just joined a different group because this group lets them dress up as a fucking medieval Templar. It is so gay. It's so gay, boys and girls. Holy fuck. Oh, dude.
That's why you can't possibly fucking understand this. And by the way, if Gavin Newsom did that, good. Go ahead. We'll laugh at him. But this is what the left has done for years. This isn't new. We've experienced this 1,000 times on 1,000 times on 1,000 times over.
Bro, the fucking... Okay. Dude, the victim mentality from people... Again, it's exactly the same as the victim mentality for people like the leftist victim mentality as well. It's exact... I cannot stress this enough. It's the same fucking shit. It's the same shit. It's so frustrating. It's literally like... Do you guys remember this from the 2010s? Listen. We need feminism, and we need women in gaming, because like women have been oppressed for so long. Did you know that women were never allowed to vote? Or not true, by the way, but like women have never had the vote. Men have always been able to vote, and women have never had the vote. And it's like this weird shit. It's just a fucking cycle. I really want someone to break the cycle, because we're gonna be back here in like 10, 15 years time. I'm gonna be fucking sat like dying on a respirator because my lungs are finally given out, and and I'm gonna be sat watching the news, watching some left-wing popularist going, do you remember when all the right-wingers tried to get us fired and put in death camps? Remember that shit? That's why we need to get them fired and put them in death. It's gonna be the same shit all over again. I'm so sick of hearing it. Can we just have someone normal for fight? Like JD Vance. I saw this today. JD Vance was talking about Hassan in an interview. JD Vance talked about Hassan in an interview. What the fuck is going on? Like, dude. Who gives a fuck? Why does the vice president give a fuck what Hassan has to say? It's... JD Vance was also talking about UFOs and he was in the same... We're so cooked. We're so unbelievably cooked. And this is just talking about America. Not even talking about what's happening in my country, where like every political side is a complete shit show. Dude, I'm gonna move to fucking Norway. Oh, dude, at least if the Nazi party gets in Norway, and yes, Norway does have a Nazi party that actually do actually run in elections. At least if they get in, the trains will still work. I don't. Dude, I'm fucking so done, bro. I was joking with somebody. I'm playing a lot of Sniper Elite Resistance. And I'm spending the whole time on Sniper Elite Resistance playing as fucking a Nazi sniper invading people's games. And I was like, I don't know what it is about this game, but the fact they've made the most fun part of that game being the Nazis is it's a really interesting choice. It's so unbalanced in favor of the invaders. It's actually crazy. It's actually crazy, bro.
Repeatedly in Medium, all the articles, gaming culture is over. You're misogynist if you don't agree that Ghost of Tsushima is the best game ever. Like, all of these different things have already been done. Where the...
Who the fuck is saying... Is anyone saying... Listen, you shouldn't be getting angry at anybody saying this shit. It's like the whole people who are like, oh, what was it? Like the Dragon Age stuff, where it's like, well, Dragon Age is actually like, if you don't like it, it's just because you're a right-wing graph. It's just because you just hate diversity. Just laugh at these people. Like, in some regards, there's a truth here. Because, like, again, the pandering isn't working anymore. Like, it clearly hasn't paid off. Games are like companies are fucking themselves into the ground with this. But the main thing, and I've said this so many times, is it's not a problem of media being woke. It's the fact that media is bad. The right produces bad media as well. You just don't hear about it as much because, like, there's less of it. But, like, the problem is always just down to, like, shit writing and everything else. If a game is bad, it will do badly. If a show is bad, it will do badly. And, like, there are woke shows that are really good. I'd say the Harley Quinn cartoon, for example, is, like, pretty woke. Like, Lower Decks is pretty good. And it's pretty... And they're both woke. They're both very woke. But they're well written. Lower Decks feels more like a Star Trek show than any of the other Star Trek shows that have come out in the last sort of like 15 years. Way more than things like Picard did, which was a fucking shit show. But it, like, again, it's still woke. It's just it's well written. Like, Doctor Who didn't fail because because the Doctor became a woman. Doctor Who failed because even while Peter was like the Doctor, actually even while Smith was the Doctor, the writing just crashed into a fucking ditch. Like, the latter half of like Matt Smith's run was actually, I mean, let's be honest, it's largely because of Moffat. Like, vast amounts of this are because of Moffat, but it's just the writing crashed into a ditch. That's it. I love Matt Smith. Matt Smith was a great Doctor, don't get me wrong, but his writing was bad, and it got worse under Peter, and then it was even worse under Jodie, and then like everyone just sort of tuned out. People came back a little bit for Tennant, but it just didn't carry, and then they ended it with fucking the Doctor regenerating into Billy Piper or some shit. I think that's what I heard. I don't know whether that's a joke or not. That and every piece of dialogue was made to sound like an audiobook. Yeah, there's like an interesting thing around this. Apparently, like, because showrunners are aware that most people are watching their shows while reading their phones or doing something else, or it's background noise, like, writing's getting dumbed down intentionally so most audiences can follow it. But again, if you're relying purely on an audience base that's just watching you in the fucking background, you're probably not going to have a lot of longevity, right? Like, maybe I should try that. Fuck me, actually. I mean, I am background noise, let's be honest.
The fuck have you been? Delusional, idiotic, weak, pathetic.
Oh, you're doing Templar? Want goofy Discord leaks? Yes, I do, Hellbent. Please, I'm trying to learn who this fucking guy... Listen, I've discovered a time capsule, a very retarded time capsule. I'm fascinated.
Retards. Is this Judas Volt? Judaeus Volt? What the fuck? Like, these people are fucking homunculus mongoloids.
Are you really upset that they're like memeing on Deus Vult? Dude.
These people should all be found out, rounded up, and deported to the fucking work camps. The most useless specimens of humanity. Not fit for purpose. Asmongold is right. These are the people that would be picking the potatoes. And potentially eating the rocks. What a fucking loser.
I will agree. I will agree that if I had my way, I would put cream in the fields. Okay, that is a fair comment. I would absolutely Also, hold on a second. Wait, what the fuck is this? Like, is this a new line? These are the people we need to put in work camps. Are we just saying the quiet part out loud now? Is that what we're doing? Guys, actually, we need to put these. We need to listen. We need to just be honest with rolling up the work camps. Fucking what? Also, it's not a communist thing. Isn't like we're gonna put people in the fields a fucking communist thing? Also, Rocky, thank you for the sub. I think I missed Rocky subbing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. The activity feed is really small, dude. Kick is just like this is a whole nother world. I need to set all this up and like import it into OBS. I think I've got like literally no idea how anything works. Oh, bro.
Yeah, this guy owned me. He crucified me. Get the fuck out of here. You must be high on...
His Discord has a prayer request channel, and it's 99% people talking about their struggles with porn addiction. No fucking shot.
The devil's lettuce or something worse. Unreal. I mean, these people have no concept of reality.
Call it the devil's lettuce. Fuck me. That's really fucking funny. Okay, let's have a look at those. Happy LGBTQ plus History Month. Are you fucking kidding me? Fun. I'm not surprised. Well, that just pissed me off. Nice. Boycott McDonald's. The American institution has betrayed us for a literal mafia. This is amazing. This dude might be my hero. He's like, it's like watching someone single-handedly try to keep a dying like ideology alive. And I don't mean right-wing ideology, by the way. It's like this is a very particular type of 2010s ideology. It really is a throwback. Because like when you look at like right-wingers, and again, I apologize. I shouldn't have called this guy a grifter. I'm sorry. I wholeheartedly apologize. This man is a true believer. That's worse. That's so much worse. Oh, fucking hell. If only that would work, honestly. Trump should publicly disavow them. Trump should publicly disavow that. This is incredible. What sauce? What sauce? What passion? Fuck, I need a cigarette. Oh, dude. I can't believe he called Cream a twink. That's really funny. That's our word for him. Quick, someone send them the pic of Trump's cabinet with the McDonald's. True. Did he combine homunculus and mongoloid? Oh god, only knows. Oh, bro. That here, quietly rolling a cigarette. It's fine. It's fine. Dude. I need to get practice back in for when I'm back on YT. Could you imagine if someone made a Trump impression and it made it look like he was disavowing the anti-woke channels? Dude, there must be AI for that. Do you think Grok stops you doing it? Grok, like, specially, like, Trump would never do this. That would be false information. I can make images of anything except for Trump being gay. Don't worry, we'll balance all of this out by also being mean about Sean DeBlack in a bit, because like, dude, the more I'm reading this shit as well, the more I'm like, dude, Sean DeBlack also exists. Prayer requests. I've been dealing with pornography addiction for about 9 to 10 years now. My introduction to this plague was in 5th grade, 5 years before I got saved. Now that I know Christ, I'm trying to reverse the damage. I need some prayers to get out of this hole. Bro, this is fucking crazy. Pray for me, bros. Pornography and sex addiction is no joke. Don't worry, brother. I'm going through the same deal, but we're strong. God will guide us. I had the same problem. Focus on God. The Holy Spirit set me free of it. Based, I've been struggling with my own addictions of this sort, but we must pray through. I'm also waiting for marriage. I think that it's important to do so. Appreciate you sharing so much of your testimony, brother. Dude, this is like a fucking cult. And again, it is literally like looking at one of these fucking radical. I feel like I'm looking at Demon Mama's Discord. Like it's just like flipped. It's like, dude, God help us if the leftists and the rightoids ever actually join together. Anyone who's normal is completely fucked. Like, holy shit! Dude, cool story. I'm not reading. Dude, what are some of these? Listening to Nux's recent stream on RD, Nux is becoming ultra-based where, over his more recent videos, now he needs to commit himself to Christ. Here's an art piece I drew. Enjoy. You really brought out Nux's Semitic features. Dude. But for real, fuck off, you freaks. Nux is a sweetheart. Are we just... Dude, is this dude getting raided by Nux? Is this Nux's new guy? It explains the anime titties posting, I suppose. Holy fucking shit. Actually unbelievable. Let's watch the anime titties video. I can't believe this dude is calling other people degenerates while making videos about how important anime tits are. Like, come on, bro. Come on. What are you doing? What? Why?
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Fan Advocacy Network. Today we're going to be talking about big anime titties and...
This was 5 years ago. This is... I'm gonna lose my shit.
Thick with an extra C thighs, because you see, SJWs are the most hypocritical, the most immoral, and the most dishonest people in the world. And I think this topic in particular reveals what terrible people they truly are. Now, I am just going to say that I encourage all artists out there, if you want to draw, well, things like Thick Ray or other characters that may trigger and anger some mentally ill, insecure people on the internet, you have my full blessing to do that. You have my permission to continue to create these characters. Now, some of these things may not be my cup of tea. I'm not that far down the rabbit hole. But if it makes people happy to create them, if it makes certain people happy to see them, and it triggers SJWs, you have my full permission. You have my full endorsement. You have my full support. Anime titties and...
I'm sorry, is he LARPing as Mundane Matt? We need to own the libs. What the fuck what is going on?
Thick thighs abound. Now, this in particular, this image, triggered a lot of really creepy, deranged SJW weirdos. And the reason that it made them so mad is because they're saying...
He said in stream yesterday, you think, that streaming... that lolly is not his cup of tea. I mean, okay. The further right you go, the closer you get to becoming Vosh, apparently. I don't think this guy is in a position to call anyone else a degenerate. Come on.
You're sexualizing Rey. You're turning her into a sexualized object. Now, the thing that really strikes me about that is the people who are saying that are the same type of SJWs that live as Reylos. Now, if you don't know what a Reylo is a type of disgusting, unctuous, bottom-feeding, nasty, vile type of shipper which is to combine two characters. And the characters that they combine are Rey and Kylo Ren. So these people fantasize about Rey and Kylo Ren having sexual relations all the time.
This is. Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
They write fan fiction. They write fan fiction about it. They put it into
Yeah, why is it so slow? Why, dude? Listen, I needed to pause so people had time to clap after each word. Holy fuck, this is so gay. This is so fucking gay.
each other's stories. They put it onto the internet. Like, they have pictures of it all the time. And it's just really, really, really gross. And on top of that, it goes beyond that. Because if it were just that, I'd say, you're really gross, but, you know, who am I to judge? Whatever. You do you. These people, these Reylos, they actually go out of their way to track down, stalk, harass, and intimidate the spouses of these two actors and this actress. So, Adam Driver's wife, somebody took a picture of her car with her license plate and posted it to their forum so that other weirdos could harass her so that she leaves him and that Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver could be together. That is the level of derangement. And that is the level of sexual objectification.
I'm sorry, okay. Just quickly. What is your evidence that these are the same people who are shipping this shit as the people who are saying you shouldn't, like, these are like overly sexualized images? Now, to be clear, I don't care about either side at all. I like again, fanfic, like super fan people can be really weird. Sure, the Gooners can be really weird. Have your little fetishes. I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit. I don't care if you're like a Gooner on the internet. I don't give a shit. It's none of my business. Just don't tell me about it. This has been my like baseline for all this shit for years. Like, do what you want, privacy of your own home. Shut the fuck up about it. Why the fuck is this guy like? Well, actually, it's all these SJWs who are actually secretly trying to ship all these fucking people together. Like, this just seems like two separate groups you hate that you've like combined in your own brain.
That these people have to go through, but yet they have the audacity to criticize, call out, demean, and demand censorship from creators that are just exaggerating proportions. That's why I think this is important. This is yet another way that these people can try to claim some kind of moral high ground, and there is none for them. There is none for them. This picture, it's amusing, it's funny, it's well done. I think it's fantastic. More needs to be done like this. And the creativity that the internet can produce is shocking. I never would have imagined that Bowsette would be a thing. Yeah, it's like a trailer that had a super crown that turned Toad, I think it turned Toadette into like a Peachette.
I'm sorry, are you sat there describing the fucking Bowsette cartoon? What is going on?
And so they said, well, what happened if it were Bowser? And they made this, dragon lady that's, just super thick. That's the internet. That's what they do, and I love it. I love their creativity. So here we have...
I'm starting to see why you might have a prayer section for porn addiction, bro. Like, dude.
The fight against faux puritanism.
And on the seventh day, God rested to some fucking Bowsette pornography. Like, fuck me, dude. I don't get this weird. Like, don't get again, Catholic. So maybe I'm all up on. Maybe I'm a bit true traditionalist, but I don't get this whole weird Christian grift thing that's been going on for a while now. It's like this whole Christ is King stuff. It's you actually have to do Christian things. There's lots about like charity, caring. I also find it really interesting. I was thinking about this the other day. The amount of people who do this whole like Christian thing and then spend their entire time shaming women on OnlyFans. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm mean about women on OnlyFans. There've been many comments about my views on feminism generally. But I do think it's interesting. I was like, how do these people react to like Jesus interacting with Magdalene? How do they feel about that? They're like, well, actually, if she'd been an OnlyFans girl, Jesus would have kicked her to the curb. He would have been right there on the whatever podcast, explain to her how she needs to be a good and noble housewife. Like, come on, guys. Pay your fucking taxes as well. Like, listen, render unto Caesar, motherfuckers.
Is fought along the lines of big anime titties and thick thighs. Who would have thought that those would be the weapons of choice? But they are, and
no, the priest found me really annoying because I argued about everything, dude. Oh, fuck. And my opinions on stem cell... This is actually completely true. My opinions on stem cell research during my confirmation were very, very unpopular with my priest. He was not pleased. He was not pleased that I thought stem cell research was important. It's like, no, it's a sin. It can nothing good can ever come from stem cell research, Beckett. He was not impressed. He was not impressed. Dark times for teenage Beckett.
I couldn't be happier that people have used this against these weirdos. It's not just Ray though. I mean, I saw a picture from Pablo Romero, who's a great artist, who he did Captain Marvel in this style, and I encourage more artists to continue to take these characters that these SJWs are saying are untouchable because they're filled with, politics all around them, and turning them into just over sexualized characters. Yeah, fantastic. Thank goodness for over sexualization. Thank goodness for characters that you can trigger these people with just by adding a couple of assets. And a lot of this art is fantastic, but the whole reason I'm doing this is because, well, frankly, it's funny. I mean, these people are just the worst. These SJWs, they want to lecture you about how terrible what you're doing is, but they're doing things 10,000 times worse. So who am I to say, no, you can't do this?
Jesus Christ, Teddy. Okay, so I'm not going to put it on screen, but Teddy has also posted his... Fuck, guys. I do not endorse this shit. I also know what it's like to be addicted to porn. For me, it started out subtle when I was around 7. I remember watching Pokemon, and I just had these weird feelings whenever Jesse and James were on screen, but I ignored these disgusting thoughts because I still had a mother who made me read the Quran every day. Fucking hell, bro. Then everything changed on my 10th birthday. This freak in a trench coat came up to me and showed me 2 girls, 1 cup, and ever since I was hooked. Since that day, I've been watching porn non-stop, no matter how niche, anything from incest to BBW. Nothing was off limits. It started to affect my personal life. I lost my ability to pay attention in class, lost my friends. Now I'm 25, and I'm thinking enough is enough. I need to make a change, and I'm hoping this group would help me. Dude, the fuck, bro?
No way. This stuff's fantastic. This is funny. I mean, it's funny because this image bothers them so much because they are doing everything they can to turn Star Wars into everything that this image is not. This image is actually kind of cool. She looks badass. That look on her face is like, she's ready for a fight, and
it's like discount rate. It's like discount rate, Desi. Dude, this guy is a fucking like this dude is like an amalgamation of different personalities from the worst period in the skeptic verse. It's like if Mundane Matt, the Quartering, and oh god, who else? Who else do I throw into this fucking weird mesh that is this dude's personality? I guess Armored Skeptic, but I feel mean saying that about Armored. Armored was never, like, Sargon wasn't this retarded. I'm sorry. Sargon was never this retarded. This, like, listen, Sargon has, Carl Benjamin has many problems in his life. No. The stepfather has many issues, but he was never this bad, okay? It never peaked.
She's got some things to look at.
Dude, I used to like Armored. I thought he was hot. Dude, his life went downhill so badly after the shoe shit. So bad. What a fucking crash. What a crash into the ocean. Also, have 5 people subbed and I've just, like, barely noticed any of you? I swear. I swear the activity feed is not telling me things. If you've subbed or given a sub, I really appreciate you. Thank you. I don't know how this fucking website works.
So, I also want to mention one thing before I go, and that is Super Smash Brothers.
What the hell happened? Everyone says they just broke up, depending on who you ask, and he just lost it. So what happened to Armored is, like, really simple. Basically, Armored Skeptic, I think June was approaching, like, 30. He'd bought her a house on the, like, border and things. Or, like, she'd got a house there. I believe he'd paid for it. That's what I heard. I believe this is also sourced from Null. So, and KF. So take that as you will. There's a really good Mad at the Internet stream on Seanhead. It's fucking amazing that Null did. Going over her, like, full lore. But basically, he didn't seem interested in actually getting married. And then he broke up with her, dated a trans woman, I believe. And I don't think that lasted very long. And then he just crashed his channel into a wall. And a couple of years ago, probably like 2-3 years ago, he went through this whole thing where he was talking about how his channel was dying, like the algorithm had completely, like, abandoned him. He couldn't get any new viewership. It was basically like suicide posting on main. It was fucking wild. He had a whole like storyline where his character in his videos got killed off, and like he came back as a baby. It was fucking bizarre, bro. But I think he is still making content. I think he made, like, a comeback video that wasn't, like, totally terrible. It was a little bit unhinged, but he seems to be doing better. But yeah, the breakup with June, it seemed to have really broken his brain. I don't know why he didn't just marry her. I don't get it. I want to see this dude defend Dr. Disrespect. I'm fascinated. Now, look, I will say, look, I don't care if somebody's into VTubers and things. Like, we're all, like, look, lots of people like Pippa. Or some people like Kirsch. I still don't really understand why anyone likes Kirsch, but some people like Kirsch. Just because I don't really get the whole VTuber thing, I'm not here to judge anyone. One thing that does confuse the living fuck out of me, though, is the fact that, like, VTubers have such a huge right-wing audience, and I don't really get it. Like, there's this meme I've seen a few times posted on Twitter where this guy sits down on his desk, and he, like, put on his at his desk, and he gets, like, a gun, like, loads it and, like, rolls the barrel. It's a barrel chamber, whatever the fuck it is, dude. I know nothing about revolvers. Puts it to his head like Russian roulette, and then, like, you just hear a click, and then he sighs, puts it down, then hits play on Pippa. He's like, yeah, like this is really almost post irony, like, shit to watching VTubers on the right. It's really weird. I think my biggest problem with Kirsch as well is Kirsch knows what audience she's, like, speaking to, and then gets really annoyed when people like, well, this woman's like a fucking right-wing lunatic. It's like, it goes with the territory. I don't care if you want to be, like, a right-wing creator or, like, lean towards a right-wing audience, like, have at it, make your bag. Like, especially if you believe that stuff based. It's the fact that it's the fact that, like, people are still getting annoyed if someone calls them racist or something. It's like, dude, it's 2025. Who cares if someone calls you a racist? Maybe if we were in, like, the mid-2000s, early 2010s, those things matter. But if someone calls you racist or transphobic or a Nazi or a fascist, dude, who gives a shit? Like, who cares? It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'll be honest, I get more offended if someone calls me a fucking feminist. But it's like, these words don't mean anything anymore. They don't fucking matter. Alright, let's have a look at this. We'll watch a little bit of this. We might watch a little bit of Queemans. I do want to talk about Shaun de Black.
Humans aren't born out of laying around on their asses. We've been born out of conquering a world. We're the dominant species. We built all this. We're powerful and we're beautiful and we're ready to build the next level of civilization in God's plan. But you must stop bowing to those who want to make you a victim. You must become the victor. If you love God and you want to build a pro-human future, then you are an enemy of the New World Order and Satan.
I like the Alex Jones memes as much as the next guy, but you want to know what the truth of Alex Jones is? Alex Jones, like, if you want to see, like, Alex Jones, like, really unmasked, watch his interview with Kanye West. Watch, like, because Kanye is saying some, like, insane shit on that stream. And you can see Jones, like, uncomfortable. He's like, okay, listen, I'll say a lot of crazy things, but I don't know if I'd be talking about how Hitler was actually a good guy. It's like Kanye out crazy Jones. It's fucking amazing. It's like, well, it's probably one of the... Actually, everything about InfoWars. If you don't watch InfoWars, you should. I'm not kidding. InfoWars is a fucking trip, especially old InfoWars. Because, like, for instance, you know that clip where Alex Jones is like, oh, they're turning the freaking frogs gay. Like, they're putting chemicals in the water. All this insane shit. And then, like, he'll, like, calm for a second. And then he'll be like, and if you want to protect yourself, you need to buy tactical taint wipes, because he's, like, constantly shilling all his supplements and random shit from the InfoWars store. It's a really jarring, weird, like, almost like post-capitalist. Like, it's one of the few things that I truly describe as post-capitalist, where you've got, like, a crazy guy literally just saying the most insane shit to get a reaction and being like, and that's why you need to buy something to, like, tactically wipe your taint when you're living in your, like, fallout shelter. It's wild. It's wild. I highly recommend it.
They want us shut down because we have the spirit. I'm jacked into the source. I know the secret, and I want to see you empowered. But you have to believe in yourself first. This is the truth, and everyone knows it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about this situation with Dr. Disrespect. Because still to this day, I get people reacting to old videos saying, how could you defend a PDF? How could you defend this guy that did all these terrible things? And what I found is that a lot of people that maybe had a propensity to not liking Doc before have been continuously regurgitating things that have not been confirmed and ultimately, at this point, I think have been disproved. So let me break it down for you. And I understand that there are going to be some parasocial people. There are going to be some people that heard their favorite content creator condemning the Doc, chastising him, and so they want to get in on that. They want...
He admitted it. Yeah, I was about to say. Like, here's the cool thing with the Dr. Disrespect stuff. Dr. Disrespect tweeted out a statement. This is before he came back and did his return video, where he just says he talked to the miner. That was the accusation, and he basically just admits to it. Now, I don't know what was in those messages. You don't know what was in those messages. None of us will ever know what's in those messages, most likely. But regardless, he basically tacitly admits that there was something there that was, like, not wholly appropriate. Now, is Dr. Disrespect a pedophile? I don't think I've ever called, like, Doc a pedophile, but his behavior is fucking weird. Now, I'll admit, I'm in very much in the camp where I have never seen the appeal of Dr. Disrespect. I've always thought, like, the weird idolization of the dude who keeps calling himself the two-time with, like, a mustache, the weird hair, the outfit. I think the whole thing looks weird. Somebody once explained to me that it's like, well, you know, Doc's like this hyper-masculine figure, and I'm like, I don't get it. I literally do not get it. I don't know whether it's just an age thing. I don't know whether it's I don't understand. So I don't understand. You've got a guy who looks like, well, he looks weird. Like, and I don't mean like, oh, you know, it's a little odd. It's like, if this dude was driving around in a fucking van trying to get kids to come in the back and play fucking Xbox, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, he's sort of set up in that way because it's the view of it. Now, the big thing is clearly something happened because they settled and all this stuff was like sealed. He had the opportunity to basically come out when, like, this ex-Twitch employee came out and said that Doc had been, like, messaging this minor. He had the perfect opportunity to break whatever silence NDA agreement they had and basically go, yeah, none of this is fucking true. I can talk about it now. A former Twitch employee has, like, breached that agreement, so I can talk about it. Here's my fucking statement. Here are the fucking messages. And I got crucified over this. Like, because I believe his story was like, it was somebody asking for stream advice. And the fact that he didn't do that, yeah, looks fucking like sus as fuck, bro. Like, it just, the whole thing just looks really sus, and that's what ultimately buried him. At least in, like, the minds of many people in the public. Now, he's still got a very strong community. He's still streaming. He's still making stuff. I don't watch his, like VODs or whatever, or his live. But yeah, he seems to still be doing stuff. He's got that dedicated fan base. I mean, again, he stepped down from the game company he was with. Like, there's surely something there. Otherwise, wouldn't you fight? Like, these are serious, like, accusations against your reputation. Wouldn't you fight, like, insanely hard? Especially if you, like, had the evidence to hand of how innocent you were. I think he was hedging his bets. It's a whole fucking thing. Anyway.
That moment of catharsis, they want that dopamine hit that comes from feeling that they're morally superior to somebody, because in the reality, a lot of these people aren't exceptional in any way. They're not particularly moral. They're not particularly good people. They're not particularly smart. They're not athletic. They don't really look good. They're not good with girls. A lot of these people tend to be the type of individuals that are just jealous.
Dude, this weird fucking projection as well. I've heard this. Oh, you know, these people have never. They're not men's men. They've never experienced those things, so they're jealous of somebody like Dr. Disrespect. What?
They wake up every day with this sort of chip on their shoulder, this resentment, and if they can take an opportunity to tear somebody down, they're going to do it, and they're going to use anything they can to justify. But let me share with you some of the questions that I still have about this. First of all, California, which I know very well, has a problem with their court system. And what I mean by that is they have a lot of DAs that look at a potential political career like a fat kid looking at a cake. As evidence, look at Kamala Harris. She is just one of many who look...
Where the fuck are you going with this, bro?
Look at everything they do as some sort of next level tool, the next level step. In California, the age of consent is 18. There is no 16 or 17 like in some other states. If you don't think that a California prosecutor would go after Dr. Disrespect in an instant and be salivating the whole time for a high-profile case, you are out of your mind. If they thought for even a single second that there was a case here, they would take it because it would be advantageous for them. In fact, they'd be fighting over who got to try the case.
What? What is going on here? Like, I'm sorry, is the defense here? Is the defense here that, like, if she was underage, like, it doesn't matter? Like, wait, what?
Case. Do you understand? In Southern California, where Doc lives, they would look at this like a wet dream. But here's the problem, and this is a problem that a lot of the people that don't like Doc have. Dr. Disrespect wasn't sued by Twitch, he sued Twitch. That means that a judge looked at those whisper messages. Now, for those who don't know, if those whisper messages had a sexual conversation with a minor, if they were filled with text messages and sexting and all that sort of stuff, not only would the judge have dismissed Dr. Disrespect's case and said, I'm going to be forwarding this for prosecution, and by the way, Doc would be one of the dumbest people in the world to sue Twitch if those text messages showed what people are alleging that he had done. But a judge looked at it and said, yeah, there's something here, and in the end, Twitch settled. So,
Okay, so there's an element here that's being like glossed over pretty badly, and that's to do with data protection laws of minors in California. So one of the questions that got asked at the time was like, well, why was this settled? If Twitch thought it had a valid reason, why was it settled? Well, it could be that Twitch doesn't actually want to litigate a case where they're gathering data and information on minors, because the fines attached to potentially gathering that information in LA, in California, are extortionate. Like, just like, because it's per offense. So Twitch has a vested interest in this potentially not going to any trial. And we actually don't know what happened behind the scenes. We don't know whether a judge saw those messages. We don't know how far any of this fucking got. We just know that, like, he, like, went, well, I'm going to sue you. And Twitch went, oh, okay, we'll settle. Now, again, it's not even about whether the messages are particularly sexual. Because, like, the accusation, again, isn't even necessarily one of sexual conversations. I mean, it was inappropriate conversations. Which, again, aren't illegal, but Twitch has the right to remove. So, again, like, is Doc a pedophile? Like, fuck only knows. I don't think so. Is Doc inappropriate and a bit weird? Probably. That seems to be where his, like, the way he's acted have sort of leaned balance of probability. There must have been, there was likely something there.
there is no way that you can rationalize your claim that the doc was sexting a minor. There's no way that you can do it. Because not only do the things not add
He's
up,
sued for breach of contract, yeah.
the things that haven't happened don't add up, which is the prosecutor's not coming after Dr. Disrespect if you were guilty of that. It also doesn't make sense that a California court of law would look at that with the age of consent being 18 and say that the doc was in the right. There are a lot of things that really get the noggin jogging. Why on earth would you have people that are so adamant about the claims against Doc when every bit of evidence that we have demonstrates that he didn't do what they're accusing him of? The Doc has admitted what he did wrong. He had a relationship, and relationship does not necessarily mean a sexual relationship. He had a relationship with somebody who was under the age of 18.
Oh, dude. Didn't Dr. Disrespect admit he was having an inappropriate conversation with a minor as a response on the thing? Yes, he actually removed the word minor. He edited it to remove the word minor and then, like, I think put it back in. It was so fucking, dude, it was a complete shit show.
Which could mean anything. What it feels like to me, I'll just be honest, is the situation with Pro Jared. I know a lot of people want to bring up EDP 445. They say the Doc and EDP 445, they're both pedos. But that's not what this is more similar to. This is more similar to the situation with Pro Jared. If you want to know a little bit more about that situation, there are tons and tons of videos on it on the internet. But essentially, Pro Jared was canceled as a pedo and all of these other things. Basically trying to get images from...
Pro Jared wasn't accused of being a pedo, though. Wasn't Pro Jared, like, what burned Pro Jared? The divorce thing? Like, he announced his divorce on Twitter. Like... I'm trying to remember the Pro Jared stuff. There was so much shit that was... The weirdness with his fans. Ah, okay.
From minors that were, you know, well under the age of 18.
What are you doing? Again... Let's just say hypothetically as well that this dude's like, well, he's not a pedophile. Aren't you meant to be like a fucking Christ is king, like get rid of this degeneracy? What happened to the sanctity of marriage? Doc has like a wife and a kid. What the fucking... Also, didn't Doc have a thing with a trans woman? I remember hearing that. Dude. There needs, like, so I need more lore videos on people. I'm gonna have to start making more of them myself.
Turned out that whole thing was a total and complete lie. That it wasn't at all what they were making it out to be. But the people who don't like Doc want to compare it to EDP-445, but here's the difference. EDP-445, we have the messages, and the messages were definitely not reviewed by a judge. But the messages we do have, they are graphic and sexual in nature, and he sent a picture of his poop to an underage person that he was in some kind of relationship with. Not only...
Wait, I feel like I just got flashbanged. Did my brain break? What?
445, but here's the difference. You have, they are graphic and sexual. 445, we have the messages, and the messages...
Okay, it's about EDP, okay.
He was in some kind of relationship with. Not only that, but EDP-445 was in the process of meeting up with somebody. So you can't compare these two if you're going to try to be honest. These cases are not at all similar in any way, shape, matter, or form. The reason I have to make this video is because at this point, it's not about the truth or the facts of the matter asserted, because there is not a scintilla of evidence to support any of the things that people are accusing the Doc of. What this is a combination of things. Like I mentioned, it's the virtue signaling. It's wanting to feel part of a group.
Okay, look, I'm done. I'm done with Templar for the night. I'm done with Templar for the night. That's enough. That's enough. Bro, I fucking can't. I can't. I need a balance. I need some balance in my life. Let's go from let's go horseshoe theory. Let's go to the other side. Now, okay. Whew. Slyboy. We're not doing Sly. I want to dedicate a bit of time to the Slyboy stuff because the Slyboy stuff sounds like it actually needs some work put into it. Templar killed the career of another far left streamer, dude. I can't believe this dude's fighting with Queenman. Absolutely unbelievable. Okay, look. I got sent this by a couple of people, actually. And Falgi had a look. A couple of other people did. Barely anyone made it through this. We're going to see how far we can get. I've watched a little bit of it, and it made me want to tear out my fucking eyeballs. Do you want Jar's ED8? No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Holy fuck. How you doing, Killjoy? Okay. Nick couldn't finish it. Oh, dude, I don't fucking blame him. This shit's agony.
Nobody cares anymore, honestly. Like, we have arrived at a position, right, that, like, the streamers have stopped caring, but the audience has gotten more and more radical. Like, the audience demands more.
This is like a perfect example of someone being trapped in like an insane echo chamber, by the way. Like, actually incredible. that he put this video out, and apparently it's getting like quite good. Apparently it's getting a good response, which is just unbelievable. Dude, the insane level of grift.
Or progressivism, more radical behavior, right? It's kind of like it mirrors what you see with the Democratic establishment and the Democratic base. You have the
He's talking about this in reference to the stuff that's happening with Miskiff, by the way. So, like, all this shit that's happening around, like, the Twitch poll aristocracy, the truth is that the problem that Sean is going to identify for us is that they're not politically radical enough. Which, again, makes very little sense when you consider that if that was true, people like Sean would be getting huge views. Like, insane viewership. Like, the Young Turks would be getting, would be dominating. And the, right-wing media would be falling off. We're not actually seeing that. What we're seeing is largely people are sick of political messaging on both sides. That's the actual reality. People want to get away from this fucking shit. Because it's just, it's brain killing. Like, you look at, just ask people how much they watch the news now. Like, I know so many people who've just given up watching the news. They can't anymore. Even with Trump, like, the shit feels different than it did last time. People are way more fucking, like, tapped out.
Democratic establishment who thinks that they can just do what they used to do and still succeed. And the base is like, no, we actually want more. No, we're anti-genocide. No, you must move to where we are, or we're going to not support you. And now the audiences are doing the exact same thing for streamers, right? Streamers think that they can just do what they did in 2020 or 2025. It's not 2025 now. 2020 or 2021 or 2022, and just like go live, play games, chop it up with people on Among Us or whatever.
Have you seen the viewership for VTubers? Have you looked at the viewership for fucking VTubers? I think Falgi made this point, actually. I'm stealing it from him. But like the amount of the amount of clout and attention you can get just from being a fucking anime character playing video games is frankly fucking insane. Because people are desperate for anything that's like good or brings them a little joy. That's why people watch Pippa. They've attached themselves to their little fucking Oshi. It's it's nothing to do with politics. The opposite of this is true.
And then they'll like succeed and they'll make a bunch of money and then their audience will just suck it up, right? That's not where we are anymore as a society. Like in the same way that
this is, by the way, this is the same shit that they've been saying for years, by the way. Like, just nothing's changed. This was the same shit people were saying in Twitch politics. Like in 2022. You can't just listen. You can't just click live. Okay, we need to have panel debates. We need to have serious debates. We need to talk about the social issues that are facing us. Okay, it's not enough to just be a child. No. You need to talk about the politics. That's what the people are demanding. And then Trump gets elected, and everyone loses their fucking mind.
That like audiences for Hollywood movies are demanding like pro-Palestinian actors, right? Or pro-Palestinian sentiment from the actors in these movies. And if you don't express your sentiment for Palestine, they're like, look, you get out of here. Which honestly, they're not wrong to do. But like the executives in Hollywood at large is just not keeping up with how fed up people are as a whole. Because usually it's not this bad. Usually it's
true. This is why so many actors in Marvel movies who are heavily on the left. That's why their movies are doing so well. That's why Marvel's still dominating. You know, Did it ever occur to you that the reason that people hate Gal Gadot is not because she's like Israeli, it's because she's a terrible fucking actress? Like, it feels like it's not that complicated. It's like, you have a job, be good at the job you do, and people will watch you. I know, it's amazing.
You know, here's what the take was that I had, right? People utilize streaming and Hollywood and music as escapism, right? There are the woes of their life as working class people under capitalism, and they would go to these forms of entertainment to escape from the woes of real life. However, society, especially American like society, has deteriorated so far that there is no escape, right? You know, like your neighbors are being kidnapped outside of their homes. Feel me? Your trans siblings are being systematically removed from society, right? There's a genocide going on, being funded by the tax money that you are, you know, that the government is taking from you, and they won't even give you things like healthcare. They won't even fix your roads. And so you're just like, there is no escapism, right? There is nowhere for me to go. And now you open up your stream, you open up twitch.tv, and you look up your favorite streamer to watch when it was, oh, everybody's playing Among Us, and you see them, right? Multi-millionaires completely ignoring the fact that, you know, your cousin just got taken by ICE. You feel me? Completely ignoring the fact that you see a genocide happening and you think that's reprehensible, but they're just, oh, we're gonna play power washing simulator or whatever. You know what I mean? We're gonna play water park simulator or whatever, you know? And so you see that and you're like, how out of touch can you be, right? I'm dealing with the woes of my life, right? And you can't even like acknowledge like, hey, there are bad things going on. I acknowledge that, right? If you want to get away from that, come here, right? You're just like, hey, there are no bad things going on. Feel me? What a great life we live.
Yeah, what an amazing dude. That's what we need. If your life sucks, if your life is terrible, and like, don't get me wrong, the shit that's happening in America, fuck. Don't worry, it's coming to Britain. Oh fuck, the shit that's happening in America, super depressing. But like, I can't think of anything worse than just trying to relax and then being constantly reminded of the shit show outside. Bro, what is this? It's like torture porn. It's like, have you suffered enough? Could you imagine if we did this in other things? It's like, when you're at work, you know how you spend a lot of time using Excel at work? Like, you're surrounded by spreadsheets. And then you go and watch a movie, and there's not a single spreadsheet in it? Unbelievable. I mean, how are you meant to connect with that? They won't even acknowledge the fact that you're constantly sat there dealing with Excel spreadsheets. Dude. It was so different. Come on.
Right? And people see that and they're just like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It's not, the worst bit is that none of it's really true either, right? Like, again, both left and right, the amount of money that's flowing around these spaces that they could do actual work with, that they could make real meaningful change to people's lives and do nothing. But the answer is, well, we need to talk about it. I always think about this clip from Vosh a few years ago, where he's like, I don't need to live as a socialist. I just need to explain to you how to live as a socialist. I'm paraphrasing a bit. But it's basically like, again, if Hassan makes loads of money, that's fine. Hassan can be a multimillionaire because he's doing it ethically by spreading socialist ideals. Just the level of fucking delusion. I do not get it. Like, the fucking goal.
So I have a theory about this because so many streamers are upset about viewership dropping. I know something that changed, but political streamers are still doing well. It really does seem like people can't pretend anymore. Yeah, that's true. It's true. And people take their anger out for either if their viewership dropping or for the
True. It's why Xanderhall's basically living in a mansion at the moment.
Audience being more hostile towards their content and their lack of, their lack of coverage about current events, right? Or the lack of morals. Yeah. And they take that out on the political content creators, right? On the political streamers. They look at us and they're like, y'all did this, right? Namely, they look at Hassan, to be entirely fair. They're not looking at me. You feel me? They're looking at Hassan. They look at Hassan and they're saying, you did this, you know? It's your fault. You feel me? It can't be me. It can't be the fact that my audience has shifted, right? And acknowledged that a genocide is occurring and they want me to do that as well. No, it must not be that. It must be that
Didn't Ludwig give like 10 grand to Palestine? Like to a Palestinian to charity in Palestine, and then get called out for it by Frogan? Like, wait, didn't people try this and then get attacked anyway? Dude.
Hassan's audience, their wokeness has infested and invaded, you know, into the wider streaming landscape. And if only there wasn't politics on the platform, everything would go back to how it was in 2020. Everything would go back to how it was in 2021. And it just objectively is not the case, right? Because when you have literally Republicans who were like, dog, we gotta stop whatever happened in Gaza, right? It's like 40% of freaking Republicans. And that's not even getting started about like the 80% of Democrats who believe that we should stop sending weapons to Israel, right? It's objectively most of the country. So in most of the country is in an understanding that like, hey, genocide is bad and we should not be funding it. There's this abhorrent thing that is happening right now and we should be addressing it. And you see these multimillionaires who got rich and famous off the backs of the audience pretend like nothing's wrong. That's going to frustrate people. Apparently, Mulligan has described him as a senator for the left. I mean, it's true. Some woke viewers infested the country. Yeah. Population is not being heard on pretty much anything. Exactly. And unfortunately, streamers are just the most accessible target for that anger. This is not unique to the streaming landscape. It's happening in Hollywood. It's happening in the music industry, right? It's happening to actual celebrities. People are yelling at Taylor Swift. The Swifties are mad. The Swifties are angry. The Swifties are yelling at her. The Swifties are calling her a mediocre white woman who doesn't use her platform well. If that's not indicative of where people are, I don't know what is. And unfortunately for streamers, they are just the most accessible targets for that anger. They are literally the most accessible celebrity.
That's not why they are mad at Taylor Swift. Yeah. I find this so fascinating because there's an element with the like Israel-Palestine conflict and the Ukraine-Russian conflict. Now, obviously, like when it comes to like my personal cares, I guess, when we're talking about international conflicts, I've spent far more time watching like the Ukrainian stuff. I've got friends in like that part of the world. Like geographically, it's more relevant to me. So like I care about the Ukrainian conflict, but also as things get worse, especially in your own country, you care less and less. And one thing that's happened consistently is people have got sick about hearing about foreign conflicts. Like it's not the pull. If it was, you would have seen more like you'd see more of like a political impact from it. And you don't. You wouldn't have seen Trump get elected. You just wouldn't. The truth is that people are concerned about the economy, which, shocking, is the driving factor of basically all elections and all political drivers. It all comes down to economics, personal economics. Can your family afford a house? Is work paying you enough? Like you're seeing this with the stamp stuff that's happening in the US with the shutdown. And it's like people are complaining about, oh, well, why are we feeding people? You know, why do my tax dollars have to go to these people on benefits? It's like, why don't companies pay people properly? Like, I was looking through some of the data for this. You know, like Walmart, like triple dips on this shit. Like Walmart seems to, like, overly favor hiring people who are already on some sort of government support. They then pay them at such a low rate that they stay on that government support. So your tax dollars are like actually funding Walmart. This isn't just unique to Walmart, by the way. This is multiple fucking companies that do this. And then also, in the case of Walmart, you can spend your fucking food stamps there. It's like, obviously the system's fucking broken. And it's not just the fault, but it's not the fault of fucking, like, single mothers who are trying to feed their kids. I think the stats for children in the US who are on food stamps is like fucking great. It's like 5 million. Part of it because it's all of trickle down economics. I mean, again, I'm a capitalist. I'm a Smith style capitalist. I very much believe in capitalism. I think it is the best system. But I don't think I don't think of America as a capitalist country. I think of America as an oligarchical country. Any country, my own included, that will bail out the banks when they fail is not capitalist and has no right to call itself capitalist. If the banks fail, they should have been allowed to fail. You know what a capitalist country looks like? Fucking Iceland. Iceland is a true capitalist country. Their major sector is banking, and they let the banking sector fail, and they arrested the bankers. That's capitalism, bitches. Absolutely fucking ridiculous behavior. Absolutely fucking ridiculous behavior. But this answer is like, again, like, it's the same shit as the right does. It's the same shit as the far right does. They identify a fucking problem, and then they go, well, we can all agree on the problem, right? And everyone goes, yeah, we agree on the problem. And then much like the right, they give the most retarded answer possible for it. It's like, don't worry, guys. I know what the solution is. We can either use, empower ICE into a private military, basically, and start grabbing people off the street and deporting them against, like, all international law, norms. Or on the left, it's like, well, the actual solution is that we need to dismantle the police force and basically, like, I don't know, take all of Elon Musk's money and, like, redistribute it, completely misunderstanding how wealth, like, a calculus actually works. I mean, like, again, with Elon, you can't redistribute Elon Musk's wealth or Jeff Bezos' wealth. You can't redistribute any of this shit because the fundamental reason these people are so fucking wealthy is because they are gaming the system through leveraging their stock holdings against bank loans. The money isn't even fucking real. If you strip down just the pure assets of what these people have and actually own that is not leveraged against debt, against stock, their actual net worth would be dramatically fucking lower. It's a fucking game of it's a game of find the lady. It is actually ridiculous. And because, like, both sides, who should be analysing this and going, yeah, this is actually a really fucked situation, both from a capitalist perspective of how our economies function and why we're in so much debt, and from a left-wing perspective of wealth inequality and the major fucking issues that's causing, neither side is doing that. They're just making retarded arguments against the other side, while in the middle, everyone who's, like, manipulated this system is laughing their asses off. It's so frustrating. No wonder people are sick of this shit. And the truth is that most people, the average person, can completely grasp the reality of the situation, because the average person has been receiving a paycheck for the last decade and a half and has watched their income go down so significantly in comparisons to inflation. We're fucking aware of it. And we're being told by streamers, most of whom have never held, like, a professional job. Like, their like, highest achievement is this. Who just, like, and again, maybe there is a point there that Sean's making, of, you know, Hassan's made millions off essentially people who are worth far less than him, trying to support, like, some ideological dream that's never going to happen. Socialism is never going to happen. It's never going to... It's like the Mean Girls meme. Start trying to make it a thing. It's never going to be a thing. Like, it didn't work. It didn't work. Much like ideologically, I'm capitalist. I know that from the data that we have, what capitalism looks like in practice. We know what communism looks like in practice. We know it doesn't work. Someone needs to sit down and come up with a whole new fucking theory, okay? We need something brand spanking new to try and, like, fix these issues. Because, like, shit, this path isn't good, guys, okay? And you can't just keep doing the same thing. Trump got elected again, and this time is, like, going... Like, it's like the sequel's worse, okay? You know all that time you spent from 2016 to, like, 2020, 2 or 3 or whatever the fuck it was, bitching about Trump endlessly? It didn't fucking work, okay? It didn't help. Stop it. Shut the fuck up.
Right? Streamers are the only millionaires that you can directly talk to. I can't see this. You might have sent me a private tweet. Or you might have sent me a tweet from somebody who's blocked me. So, no, I think it's private. Or it's deleted. So I have no idea what it is. Shatter. You need to send a screenshot or something in an Imgur. But does that make sense? Does that make sense as to, like, why things are so...
We have more data on capitalism than communism. Here's a big problem, okay? Communism, as a theory, just doesn't account for human nature properly. That's the real issue with communism. It doesn't account for the vacuum. It has no good filler for it, and that's where it's going to continuously fall down. Capitalism, on the other hand, should account for that vacuum space. It just doesn't under American capitalism, which is why it's such a fucking mess. Blame Ayn Rand.
Or feel so different.
Streamers are the only millionaires you can talk to means you've never been outside in your entire life, dude. Do you remember the good old days, like, when Twitter was young? When Twitter was young and you could troll, like, news journalists and things, and it was the first time, like, the public had, like, proper access to messing with famous people? Dude, that was fucking amazing.
Now, because I saw this tweet from Abe that literally asked that question. Why does streaming feel so different now? I think also Cidion had a, I don't know what Abe's Twitter is. Oh, I figured it out. Oh, here. That's the part that bothers me. It's these streamers who don't have moral fortitude to speak out because they don't want to risk getting hate, having a platform and not using it out of fear. And then just get out. Yes, this is how a lot of people...
I know nothing about communism. I'm just saying little facts that we have more data on capitalist countries than communist. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, they've lasted longer. That's true. Though, again... It's kind of like looking at the way China is now, referring to China or Russia as communist countries. It's like, they're not really. They're capitalist light. Or they're capitalist controlled. In the same way that America isn't, like, ideologically a true capitalist country. It used to be. If you go back to the mid-1900s, America was truly, like, ideologically capitalist. You could see this in the fact that, like, when the war happened, America rationed things. It's a really fascinating cartoon from the time, which was like an informational cartoon about the fact that, you know, we're in war. You need to provide something. And if you read Smith talks a lot about the fact that the point of capitalism is to shift the spheres of power from the political to the market, because the market will have a better interest for, like, the social. For, like, the average person, the market is just going to be more concerned about you because it wants you to spend stuff and it wants you to be profitable. So that it can, like, you can see this in practice with things like Henry Ford. Henry Ford fights for a 2-day weekend so his workers can buy cars from him. Like, it's completely, it's like self-interested. But the self-interest is of benefit to the wider society. It's like, oh, well, we've got cars. We need something for cars to drive on. So we need to improve roads. Same thing happened with things like the railway. Well, we need like a reason to move people around. And like, oh, holidays, seaside holidays. That's an additional thing. And then more people get holiday time. That would be great. All these little things. That's where capitalism shines. And that form of capitalism died about 25 years ago. It's like it's been steadily downhill ever since then. That's probably the, like, if somebody says that's like we're post-capitalist and they mean that, there's probably a lot of truth to that.
Will feel as well. But I think that's a part of the same conversation, right? That's the same thing about, like, streamers just not meeting the moment. The audience has this expectation about, like, it is moral to speak out against the genocide, and you're not doing that. right? Over here. Now the question is, wait, there we go. I figured it out. I can do this. Now I can. Yeah. Abe said, "What is happening lately? I'm just trying to have fun and play games with my friends." Not to find the Sydney tweet, or I don't know if it's a screenshot or something. It was with the same sentiment, but I've seen it a lot. I've seen people being like, "Why is it different? Why does it feel different? Why does streaming feel different than it did in the past?" Right? And it's just that like people don't want escapism. How much do you think the COVID lockdown led to this? Like, I feel like online spaces got drastically more toxic since then. No, I think it's the opposite, right? The space was only like this, like to have fun, play video games. It was only like that because of COVID, right? Because that's when escapism was at its height, right? When at its peak. It was, we're all trapped inside. We were all sitting alone in our rooms, essentially. We want to see people have fun. We want to see people do the things that we can't do, right? And that is how streaming got to the point where it.
So I was muted. Where should you start with, Smith? Probably just Wealth of Nations. Wealth of Nations, probably. Seems like the easiest jumping point.
Was like at the height. It was, this virus is keeping us all inside. Let's see what's happening in other people's lives, right? And so that was the escape.
Do you know? Okay. Also, hot take. Do you know why streaming feels different? It's actually it's incredibly simple. It's TikTok. TikTok and the next generation that's coming up have lower attention spans, and also a big part of it is that the like next generation, the Zoomer generation, are like really weird split. Like some of them are like there's a significant portion that are radically right and are like gravitating much more to like that serious right-wing talking point kind of content, and then there's also just like them are just like kind of despondent, and it's also like quicker content, so you're seeing things on shorts far more. And also from the gaming perspective, for the streamers who are like, oh, well, it feels different now, like just trying to sit down and play games. That sort of content seems to really have moved over to like VTubers, in my opinion. Like if you want to watch somebody play a video game, generally you're probably a VTuber watcher. You're probably not like the sort of person who'd sit down and watch Asmongold or XQC anymore. Their audiences have just shifted. It's really not that complicated. It happens to everybody. These creators have been around for like essentially an entire generational bracket on the internet. That's it. That's it. That's the reality.
Escapism, but now, right, we are now 5 years removed from the start of the lockdown, and we are in the midst of a fascist takeover where the Republicans hold all three branches of government. The Democrats are doing nothing to stop them. You're seeing massive deportations. You're seeing bipartisan genocide from both parties when Joe Biden was in office and now when Trump is in office, right? With our tax dollars, and we can't get universal health care. We can't get student forgiveness. We can't have our roads fixed. We can't fix housing, right? Prices are skyrocketing. Tariffs are affecting everything. Like, there is no escape, right? You have a cutting snap. The government currently right now shut down. Like, everything is significantly worse. And then you open up your streaming like site thinking, right? Didn't
these motherfuckers say that you shouldn't vote for Kamala? Wasn't that whole thing? Kamala doesn't care enough about Palestine, therefore she shouldn't be like, didn't you guys like contribute to this? Like, dude.
You want escapism. People open up Twitch thinking, I want escapism. Please give me escapism. But they don't realize until they are watching these streams that are like, I don't want escapism, actually, right? They're watching these streams and they're like, this is not making me feel better, right? This is not putting food on my table, right? This is not going to make Snap, or extend the time limit for Snap, This is not going to make it easier for me to buy a house. This is not going to end the genocide in Gaza. This is not going to make my cousin be undeported, right? And all I'm doing by watching these streams is I'm watching out-of-touch millionaires play video games with other out-of-touch millionaires, right? That's what the audience sees, and that frustrates so many people, right? And so when Ludwig says something about freaking Collargate, right? And he then, like, rides the fence.
Oh fuck me! Is this all like? Is this down to listen? Ludwig crossed Hassan, okay? Hassan has every right to electrocute his dog. There's a genocide going on. If he needs to electrocute his dog to speed up training so that Hassan can fight the genocide, then we should support him. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? What, dude?
People get so angry. I would say slightly irrationally angry, right? They shouldn't have gotten that angry at Ludwig for that thing, Like, genuinely. Like, it was like the amount of anger that was exhibited in that moment was like almost like unheard of. You feel me? And when Cutie made the tweet about Asmongold and Ada Ross's streamer awards, the amount of anger that she got was like completely outside of the realm I think that she was expecting, that I was expecting, right? And that most other streamers were expecting. You know what I mean? Like, and the reason as to why that is, right, is because people are taking out their anger from their lives on the most accessible, privileged people that they have access to, right? And maybe that's unfair to the streamers, right? Like, maybe that's unfair to the streamers, but you have to understand that it's a product of how society is right now,
I'm not surprised Nick couldn't get through this. This is fucking crazy. Dude.
It is a product for the way that people like interact with their material conditions, right? And yeah, maybe it's unfair. Maybe it's unfair to have that expectation of your streamers, right? It's not up for me to say if it's fair or unfair, right? But that's just how it is. So what did I want to see the Peter tweet. Oh, yeah. Are we really real? I'm not worried about racist white people over not having food stamps. No, that's insane, chatter. And I won't even dignify that with an actual.
Wait, what? I'm really worried about racist white people losing their shit over not having food stamps. Dude, okay. The real problem about starving white people is they might attack minorities. Fucking hell. Oh, dude.
Response. I'm just going to tell you that is insane. For Ludwig, it's probably felt like a lighthearted office drama concept. For normal people, it's more about the coordinated attempt to discredit the most popular leftist influencer who tries to advocate for real solutions for the problems the audience seeing in their real lives. Yeah, 100%. Right? Because I think what people don't understand is, like, outside of streaming, like the streaming space, Hassan is popular. Hassan is very, very popular. Genuinely. You leave this bubble, Hassan is extraordinarily popular. What Hassan advocates for is extraordinarily popular. Genuinely. He is. Because he's speaking to the issues that people have, they experience, right? So even people who are like,
I'm sorry, fucking what? I think these people need to actually go outside. Like, I cannot. So Matt Pitt has left commentary. We're all very sad about this. Matt Pitt's gone. He's left us. But one thing that's funny is, like, occasionally we'll chat and he's like, it's amazing. No one cares about this shit. Like, no one gives a fuck about any of this stuff. No one talks about it. I don't hear about it. And it's so true. Like, in day-to-day life, like, this bubble, this weird internet bubble of, like, commentary versus political streaming, but it's all the shit. You never hear about it. I have never met anybody in the real world who knows who Destiny is. Ever. It just hasn't happened. The closest I've got to anybody knowing what is going on in these fucking spaces is when I did my master's degree. And even then, people had no fucking clue. People talked about Baked Alaska in a way that was just completely disconnected from the reality of Baked. It's you know, most people, like, when the recent stuff happened, like, and people were asking about groypers, the general public have no idea what the fuck a groyper is. They've got no idea who Hassan is. Who the fuck, like, people on college campuses maybe, but people in, like, they're, like, normal human beings? No, everyone is disconnected from this shit. They still get their news generally through traditional formats, mostly through things like social media. That seems to be the major driving factor. And even then, it is things like following like mainstream like outlets that are like giving out information, or your friends, or random fucking memes. That's where shit's coming from. Like, again, it doesn't even breach. It doesn't even breach. And this has been true. This is why people like Cenk Uygur could never get fucking elected. Because your online platform size does not translate into real world effect. You're just your audience is too disparate. So let's say you wanted to get elected as a political streamer. The challenge you have is your audience is all over the fucking planet. So the chances of you actually being able to get any sort of like groundswell going that's significant enough to like get you elected, you need to be invested in your local politics, which is just a completely different fucking ballpark. God, political streamers do not understand politics at all. It's infuriating, man.
Tangentially aware of like streamers, right? Especially on TikTok. Don't even get me started on the wokeness on TikTok, right? And they're not even the biggest fans of Hassan, right? But they're just like, dog, these millionaires only want to talk about like things that are happening when it's drama. They don't want to discuss like the fact that, you know, Snap's getting turned off. They want to yell at the guy who wants to discuss that. They don't want to discuss the fact that people don't have health care. They want to yell at the guy who wants to discuss that. They don't want to discuss the genocide. They want to yell at the only guy on the platform who wants to discuss that. That's what they see. That is what the base sees.
Hold on. I just got sent this by Malcolm. Because Malcolm's also looking into Tactical. So you've got here an image of the Mother Mary and traditional prayer to Mary. Catholic prayer. Like, you pray to... Like, it's a whole thing. If you're not Catholic, this won't make any sense to you. He's translated it for Christians. What the fuck are you doing? Bro. This dude is translating the Hail Mary for Christians. Bro, come the fuck on. I can't. This dude's a fucking treasure. This is oh dude, this is actually insane.
Like the working class people see. Even if they're not like directly Hassan fans, they'll be like, yo, I don't like Hassan, but like I hate all of these other streamers because they're out of touch millionaires who don't understand what I'm going through in my life. You know what I mean? But in 2020, it was just a different time, right? Them being out of touch was a plus because it let people imagine that they were in that position, you know? Like them being out of touch millionaires, essentially, playing games.
Oh, dude, the fucking meme of this. I hate TTS and I hate fucking like alerts and all that shit. But can you imagine, like, dude, the fucking... Did no one see the parody of this? You're sat there being like, listen, we need to talk about the issues facing the working class. People don't have enough money. People can't afford houses. And then you just get this blaring fucking music of someone raiding in with a party, like with fucking Dragon Ball Z clips. Like, it's a fucking, dude, it's a fucking circus.
With their friends work to their benefit because it let people who were stuck inside of their house during COVID imagine, what if that was me? That can be me, chat. All I have to do is buy a camera, strap it to my MacBook, and that can be me one day. And now there is just very little hope. There is not that much hope. Was there ever? And in 2020, there was. People were stuck inside. They could imagine a world that was like, we're not stuck inside anymore. You know? Thank you, sad girl. I appreciate that. So there was a little bit of hope for people, you know, especially when you consider the election that was happening as well, right? BLM, there was a lot of motivation behind BLM. The election was coming up. And so there was hope. There was like, hey, maybe there is a better world, right? Maybe there is a better world coming. and we could fight for that. Now we just had the election. We just had the election. The genocide is still ongoing. Prices are increasing. There is not very much light at the end of the tunnel for a lot of people, right? And then so the escapism, right? The apoliticism of their streaming space just comes across as hollow, you know? It just reads as hollow, and people are very, very mad because of it.
Sean the Black says,
right?
She's my African princess.
And part of me
Don't
feels
Jay,
bad for these streamers because they legitimately did not realize the tide was shifting. Partially because they're a little bit out of touch. But they just didn't realize it. They did not understand, right? They could not see the brewing anger inside of not only just American society, but inside.
I can't do more of this. This is just, dude. I never thought I'd say it. This is actually worse than watching Hassan. Dude, I've hit my fucking limit. I don't miss the politics space. I really don't. It is all a grift. I mean, the one thing that's happened recently is like, I don't know if anyone's following the Destiny court case shit. I might have to dig back into that because some of the shit that's coming out, that's fucking wild. But no one involved in any of this shit has brain. I give up. Oh fuck! You know, people like I know I get shit. It's like, well, Beckett just does ACC stuff. Beckett's off talking about fucking bronies. Can you blame me? Look at the state of everything else. Why wouldn't I? We're in a hopeless situation. I'll just go talk about bronies. Bronies are fine. Fuck me. Fuck me. I do want to talk about some of the like Mizkif stuff. We'll probably do that like another day. Dude, your videos make me want to kill myself the least. Thank you, I appreciate that. This is why I like just talking about random bits of drama and shit, because it's like way less fucking depressing. It's way less fucking depressing. Oh, dude. Okay. Right. I hopefully should be back on YouTube within the next 24 hours. I think that's where I'm currently sat. Okay? But we are going to keep using the kick. So, if you like this content of me like fucking around, I'll probably actually, when I want to talk about like shit like this, when it's more politics stuff or stuff that's like it feels like, I don't know, a little bit more of a slog or something random comes up, I think that's what I'm going to use the kick for. Good morning. Can I blame you for anything I say or do? You reading one of my super chats was in Rose's video on K-Huck stream. Yes, you can. It's fair. I take full responsibility. I fell off watching Sunday because it was a constant hose of the world's on fire and everyone is awful, and I was black pilling real hard. Yeah, like I like talking about people like Templar and Sean occasionally, but there's a limit, right? I want to go back to laughing at shit. I don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. But yeah, dude. I only have so much energy for this stuff. I really do. There's a hard limit. There's a hard line. Before I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Fuck me. But I feel like I should do something. Like again, I wanna get more stuff up on the kick. So it's all in that effort, basically. I'm probably going to like get VODs of the kick stuff up on YouTube. Probably not. Well, it won't be on the main channel. Won't be on the main channel. I might try and get Killjoy to become my official archivist and just archive all the kick shit and throw it up on YT, and then he can monetize it himself. Something like that, maybe. You could use Kick if you get partner to play Star Citizen because you get paid to be on live once partner. It's a good way to monetize gaming as a creator with zero regular streaming effort. That's interesting. I might do that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do some shit like that. Might be nice to have a separate place for the gaming streams. And then they maybe those like could go onto the channel just as members only content. I don't know. It feels like it clutters things. Oh well, we'll see. But yeah, this was a nice little break. I'm gonna have a cigarette. If anybody's got any thoughts or anything that's happening, dude. The fall of the Twitch aristocracy has been pretty fucking entertaining, actually. I've enjoyed it. There's a whole separate drama involving QT Cinderella. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. I have thoughts. You have things to send me, Becky? Wait, what? Really? Do I? What was the clip? Message me again, and I'll work out what the fuck it was, Cal. Start a Rumble account? Yeah, so I said this earlier. I'm going to start moving onto, like, other platforms as well and, like, building little bastions. So we'll probably set up a Rumble channel. And we'll probably, like, mirror everything there. K-Hut was a funny episode with Rose. I had fun arguing with Rose on K-Hut stream. That was a laugh. That was good times. I enjoyed it. I might get some artwork done and get like a kick theme going over her. I think that could be good as well. Shift the content. What was Cal asking for? Oh, yeah. I need to see if I can. I probably do somewhere. I'll have another look. Tell you what. Message me and I'll leave it on red. Just send me a message with like a full stop in it. I'm excited you'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, it should be good. That's where I think I am anyway, timeline wise. I'm literally just waiting for one of the strikes to expire. And by expire, I mean like KP's had 10 days to respond and hasn't. So I'm literally just waiting for that. It's a little boring as a waiting game, but I'll do a I'm back stream. It should be good. It should be a good laugh. And we'll talk about a load of things. Right. Okay. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. I will see you in a day or so. Whenever we're doing shit. It'll be fun. Per kickoff getting into Kino and Styler doesn't nag me there. Slug got permabanned. He had a segment with Parry. Yeah, like I heard about Slug getting fucking yeeted from YouTube. I don't know. Maybe they'll let him appeal it in a year. Get an amnesty. Anyway, cool. Right, I guess I will see you guys in fucking later at some point. Thanks so much for hanging out. Stay safe. Don't become a cringe far left or far rightist. They're both retarded. Peace.